Trusted. I would like this organization to be trusted by all our stakeholders, whether it's from our guest perspective, they want to stay with us, whether it's our employees who would love to work with us, and our investors, of course, love us for who we are.
Bright. I'd love for people to imagine that we're a bright star, that we're a place that they want to go to, that they aspire to go to, so that they can enjoy themselves. I want it to be a place where employees feel that they're happy to come to work every day. So I just want us to be thought of as bright.
More rooms is equal to success. There is a cliche in our industry is what I believe that, as you grow in scale, you are successful and you're a leader. In fact, there is a lot more hotels need to do or hotel companies need to do to be successful.
The phrases that bothers me to no avail is, that's not how we do it here. It kills me because I never understand why that needs to be said or why things need to be set in stone. I think that we have to constantly adapt, we have to innovate, we have to change, we have to rethink how things have been done in the past. And so it's an amazing opportunity that you have to have that mindset rather than just say that, this is how it's always been and this is how it always needs to be.
I might not say recently because I read a lot, but there are sort of 3 books which have really made an impact on me. So the first one is It's My Ship, which is Michael Abrashoff. He talks about how people with empowered accountability and compassionate leadership can really deliver more than what they themselves expect to. The second one is Good to Great. That's another favorite of mine, Jim Collins. He's really written about how companies can focus on actually it starts off with saying focusing on brutal facts and really bring long-standing sustainable success over a period of time. And the third one, which is a little more of a personal favorite, is The Last Lecture. It's written by Randy Pausch. It talks about the importance of balancing life with all your personal aspirations.
So the last movie I saw in theaters was Loka, which is this phenomenal Malayalam movie that just came out a little while ago. And what really inspired me about it is the combination of the way that it was made, right? You have a producer, a director, and an actor who came together to make this phenom of a movie, really different. They absolutely took a risk in building it. But they did that, and then they've created, I think, the highest grossing movie of all time from Malayalam cinema. And it's so unconventional. They put a female lead as a superhero. That's something that, I've never seen, and they've kicked off an entire universe with it. So I just think that, there's so much to learn from that journey, right? They would have worked on it for years. They would have taken that risk. So many people would have stood against them. But to have the strength and the conviction to go through with it and to do it well, that's something I think that all of us can learn from.
If I talk about the risk that paid off, the first one I would say is about how my formative years in the industry were. In an era where general managers were known to be experts in either front office or food and beverage, I chose to raise my hand to sort of move across departments and learn multiple functions rather than be an expert in one. I ended up becoming a generalist, which was a risk at that time, but I must say moving on into the later years in my career and senior leadership roles, the exposure I've had to multiple functions has really helped me deliver and support my colleagues.
So the risk that has paid off, I think, was just, I was very early in my career, before I had a career. I worked in banking, and I took this jump into entrepreneurship and into hospitality, and I barely had any experience. There was no sort of, knowledge per se, business knowledge that I had, but I threw myself into it. And that has been the greatest joy and honor of my life, to be a part of this industry.
It's probably focusing on the customer. So the obsession which the industry generally has about the customer journey, I think there are many other industries who can learn from us.
So I think our empathy towards the guest is something which is pretty great, right? I mean, we as an industry, and I would say particularly the Indian hospitality industry, we really have this innate culture of empathizing and with our hearts serving the guest. And I think that's something which any organization, any industry can learn from.
I think I really want to look at an island resort in French Polynesia or Tahiti.
I would love to see the Tamara in the Amazon. I think that would be so cool and so apt, just the perfect combination. And, maybe we could create something beautiful there.
While they are both hard, I would go for culture because admiration can be subjective, but culture is something which will have to be a lot more consistent.
So I always believe that, a brand has to represent what is actually going on the ground. So they're both hard, but they do tie into each other. So I think you probably would need to build the culture first, and then that needs to be reflected into the brand. And if you're able to do that, then you're truly providing a very consistent message. And it's a real message. It's really what's happening on the ground.
Possibility. Responsibility is great as an anchor, but possibility is what excites me. In fact, I can say the entire decision of moving onto this exciting role in Tamara was the possibilities. Really exciting.
I would say when I was CEO, I was probably kept awake a few times because of responsibility. And I certainly still feel that responsibility, but I do think that possibility is the thing that really gets me going. And that is the thing that kind of just excites me. And, I'm much happier to stay awake because of the possibility and the excitement that comes with that. And I have a tendency, I have noticed that I tend to not be able to sleep more due to possibility than due to responsibility. Vision is nothing without leadership. I think that leadership is who gets the vision to happen. It is vision it just sits in the clouds if you don't have execution. And leaders, people, those are the ones, they are who make it happen. And without that strong leadership, that clear leadership, without a team of leaders, vision doesn't mean anything.
Growth means a value enhancement to all stakeholders and, most importantly, a huge positive incremental impact to people and communities around you.